What's up, guys? Welcome to our new show. It's Indian guys talking NBA, and today we're gonna talk some Lakers. This is my co-host Nilay. What up?
Yo,
Hey.
hello everyone. I'm LA. That's Rishabh, and yeah, let's talk some NBA. You were
Tell me.
always against the Lakers, right?
No, not always
We used to
against the
talk.
Lakers, dude.
Yeah, I remember we used to debate and you used to hate the Lakers because LeBron was on the Cavaliers and Kobe was on the Lakers, and we used to
Don't call
sit
me out
there and
like this,
debate
dude.
for so long.
Don't call me out on the first fucking show, dude. I'm supposed to be a Laker fan in air quotes.
Exactly. You should stick to the Cavs.
No, dude. I'm gonna be a hashtag faker.
Exactly. You just joined the bandwagon now that LeBron's there.
Dude, every guy I've spoken to who's like supported the NBA like since like they were like kids, they're always like, "Oh, I hate the NBA fans now because all they do is chase players rather than like stick to teams." And I feel like just keep quiet. I was like, "Yeah, I never."
Just be like, yeah, I agree.
Like I know, man, I hate those guys.
Yeah, so let's talk some Lakers now.
Let's do it. All right, so we'll start with talking about the previous game, Lakers versus Denver. First of all, congratulations to LeBron for reaching 40,000. That's amazing.
That was like that's an insane achievement to think somebody's hit 40,000 points in this game. And he just broke Kareem's record recently, and it felt like just yesterday, and he's already crossed 40K.
You know what's amazing?
And he did it the Lakers, which is like one of the most storied franchises, so it's nice.
But anyways,
it's just unfortunate they lost the game though.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. That's what I was going to get into. But one thing I want to mention was like we have to remember like we're watching like history being made. Like think about that shit, dude. Just from that perspective, like 10 years, 15 years from now, like people are going to keep watching this moment of like LeBron scoring, like breaking the record and like getting to 40,000. Like we should like when we're watching this, we should always remember that. Huh?
Oh, for sure. But I feel like people are going to downplay this soon because the way the NBA is heading, like it's all about offense, and now the points are going like crazy. So everybody's just going to be like, people are going to reach this record very quickly in the future, right? Just because people are scoring more.
You think so? I don't think so, because it's going to take like longevity. With I don't think any player so far has shown. Maybe Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby looks good, but someone's gonna come. Someone's gonna have the longevity, and then the points per game average is gonna go from like 30 to 35, and just based on that itself, he's gonna be able to achieve it.
True. All right,
but yeah, to do it in this era is pretty insane. Like what LeBron has done.
Yeah, he's played in like 3 different eras now.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate they ended up losing this game. I felt like every time LeBron passes a milestone, he ends up losing.
I know. That's what happened last time too against OKC.
Yeah. But yeah, overall a good game, a pretty good game, a pretty close game till the end, I think. But yeah, no one's gonna stop the Joker though. So
yeah, that's the problem. And I think a huge problem is like I've noticed like whenever Jamal Murray gets going, everybody gets going in their team. And Joker will be Joker all the time.
Exactly. You already know Joker's going to be Joker. He just needs some help. And if Murray plays well, that's a good team all around. I think as long as Murray plays well, they're probably the favorites to win the title again.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. But coming back to the Lakers, I think they played well until the end. Like the last quarter, they could have played way better, but I think Joker got going and he set everybody up, so it was pretty hard to recover at that point.
I think they started fucking up in like the third quarter. I think they came out in the second half and they just like they couldn't stop. And I think Jamal Murray coincidentally also started going in the third quarter. Like he was like I don't think he scored that much in the first. And in the third, he really started going. And that's when I think like Lakers couldn't stop anyone. That was the biggest problem.
Yeah. I think when a person like Murray goes off, it's pretty hard to stop. It's just like any good player, once they get their rhythm going, it's pretty hard to stop. That's kind of what happened to LeBron versus the Clippers recently, right? Like they were down like what, 20 something points and they ended up coming back and winning.
Yeah.
And that was an insane game. Like LeBron popped off in the fourth quarter, and he just hit like 5 threes, which is so unusual for him. But I was looking at the stats.
I think that was the biggest comeback even for him in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, it was. And I was looking at the stats, and he's never hit 5 threes in a quarter.
Yeah.
And this season is his highest three-point
percent. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's
just
so
because
crazy.
The last few years people were criticizing his 3-shot percentage, because he was not doing so well. Everybody was criticizing, like, why is he taking so many shots?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess now he's proving everybody to shut up.
Yeah, dude. It's I think the next one for him to climb is the free throw percentage. I think if he can do that, he would have like achieved every statistical category that he's been criticized for.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if he plays the way he is, he has a good like 4 or 5 years remaining,
Yeah.
Because he can just sit there, he can shoot, he can create for other people, and just he looks still very healthy. He doesn't look like he's slowing down that much. Yeah, if you compare him to previous LeBron, yeah. But if you compare him to today's players, he's still keeping up, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I think I don't know, man. Like, like I am a LeBron fan, but he's he's getting his points, and he's doing like he can get it done on some nights, but for the most nights he's just going to be out there, like just like his impact on winning isn't that great anymore. I think that's what I'm seeing, like where he'll just score in moments that don't matter that much. That's where I've noticed that he's slowed down, like not like stats wise.
I think what you're trying to say, like he's less impactful to the game as he used to be.
Yeah.
I think that's true to a case, but I feel like he still helps other people going though. I feel like he's more of a distributor than a scorer right now. And I feel like as long as he's setting up like people like obviously Anthony Davis, but like even Austin Reeves and
Rui,
everybody else. Rui's been playing so well recently.
I'm so glad he's getting starting minutes.
Yeah. Ever since the Lakers switched the lineup, they're doing pretty well. And I think now Jared Vanderbilt is about to come back again.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Really nice. Yeah, they're going to be pretty strong going into the playoffs as long as everybody's healthy.
That's the thing, dude. That's been the main thing that's been fucked up for them the whole season. But I mean that's a problem with the roster as well, like because most of the role players are really good, but only in one thing. So they're very one-dimensional, And it's not even like, oh, they're really good at offense and kind of okay on defense. It's like they're really good on offense and they suck on defense, or they're really good on defense and they suck on offense. So when one of those players is missing, it's like a key part of their team that's missing that they can't plug in with another player. I think that's been the biggest problem. Like Jared Vanderbilt's been out and their defense completely stops because Austin Reeves and D'Lo have to be in the game, and they just keep getting hunted on defense so badly.
Yeah, Lakers are a pretty bad defensive team overall other than Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis has been playing insane, actually.
Dude, he's been going nuts.
Yeah, and he's actually played most games this season, which is the highest like form of criticism towards him anyways, because everybody knows he's a good player. It's just about his consistency. He can keep up. And he's probably our like Lakers' best player overall if you think about it.
He should be.
LeBron might be he should be, but I still think he is the best player this
season. He is. This season, for sure. I agree.
Yeah, for this and as long as he plays this way, and if the Lakers are healthy, I do think they can go pretty far. Now, I don't think they can win, but I think the Lakers can go pretty far.
So how far do you think they can go?
I think like last season, I think they can reach the finals of the conference. It all depends where they land up on the playoffs.
If they avoid Denver throughout.
Yeah, exactly. It depends who avoids Denver, because I do think Denver is the best team in the West. And actually, Clippers have a good case as well. Clippers have a good. I know they had a huge meltdown against the Lakers, but let's be honest, that's not gonna happen every time when you're up 21 lose.
And LeBron's not gonna have the only thing, like he's played for 21 years, and it's the first time he did something, so that's probably not gonna happen again.
Exactly. So I think the Clippers have a good chance, but
Yeah.
overall, I think the Denver Nuggets are the favorite to win. So as long as the Lakers avoid Denver, I think they can reach the finals.
I
And
think
yeah,
so
you never
too.
know. You never know who goes unhealthy. Someone in Denver could go unhealthy as well, And
What if Jamal Murray gets out? He's been having ankle issues,
exactly,
and like I said, he's their
exactly.
most important player in a sense. Where Jokic will always be Jokic, but when Jamal Murray gets going, it's like they can't stop them.
Yeah.
So,
So I think the Lakers will have a good shot as long as they avoid Denver and they avoid the Clippers. Because I do think actually even the Clippers can beat them in a 7-game series.
but I think they
Especially if
have a
they're
good
healthy.
chance against the Clippers. Like
Yeah, they
I
have a
would want to
chance. They have a chance, yeah.
I would want to avoid them as well. Like I think they have zero chance against Denver. That's how I feel. That's what I'm comparing it
Exactly.
to.
I
I
agree, I
don't.
agree.
I
But
think
how
that
good of a
Denver owns
series
them.
would the Clippers versus Lakers be?
That would be amazing. I think that
That
could
would be a
go
sick
back.
series.
I think that will go back and forth.
Yeah, I think that would be like the most
Yeah.
hype series to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. I
More
agree.
than the finals because it's
Yeah.
Lakers versus that's like the Battle of LA.
Yeah. And especially because Clippers are moving into a new arena next year, so it'll be like
A good
like
send off.
yeah, a good send off. Or imagine if the
Yeah,
Clippers win and they'll be like, yeah, we're
that would
leaving this,
suck, yeah.
we're leaving you with the shitty ass arena and we're going into our own.
But yeah, I think the Lakers have really good players overall. I think the roster's come out, and D'Angelo has been playing so well as
Mm,
well. Yes, he's been playing so good.
yeah, since
He's been
January.
shooting the ball so well. Exactly. Since the All-Star break, I think everybody's been playing really well.
Yeah, they had a few
Yeah.
missteps though, in, like a few games. Like I think the first one right out the bat, they had a bad one, but then they've turned it back on. I like that Austin Reeves is playing much better now. Rui is playing so well. Thank God for Darwin Hamford finally like subbing him in. That's been one of my biggest issues this year is how bad the rotations have been and how bad they've been handled like in-game adjustments.
You want to elaborate a bit more on
Oh
that?
yeah, okay.
No, I'm curious. I'm really
Yeah,
curious, like what you mean by that.
like last year the starting lineup that got us going, that got us all the way to the Western Conference Finals was set. And Darwin Ham just kept like putting Torian Prince in every fucking time, and he would play like the second most amount of minutes. And Torian Prince, good player, but I don't think he, first of all, fit what they were trying to do because they needed like at least either some defense like Vanderbilt or like at least some size like Rui, someone who can help on that end. That's next to like defensive liabilities like Reeves and D'Lo, and like he just completely removes minutes from players for like games on end. Like Jackson Hayes doesn't get any minutes. Max Christie doesn't get any minutes for random reasons. And then suddenly they're put back in for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And sometimes they play well, sometimes they don't. And it's just been like, I think, a complete mess with how he's been handling any kind of in-game adjustments.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that as well. I kind of felt the coaching was lacking. That's why I just wanted
Yeah.
to get your viewpoint as well because I
Mm.
didn't like their previous roster as well and keeping Rui on the bench.
Mm.
But I'm glad he's finally changed that. I'm glad things have turned around for the Lakers.
Mm.
They're looking really positively, like in a better place now.
Mm.
I think, yeah, overall Lakers are pretty solid, but they have a long way to go,
Mm.
especially if they want to win.
Yeah. Do you think they could beat
So
OKC and Minnesota?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
Minnesota, the problem with Minnesota is they're good, but
Mm.
they have very less experience. And if you look
Mm.
at like the statistics when it comes to crunch time, they're one of the
Yeah.
worst teams in the NBA.
Really?
And they have one of the worst records in clutch time.
Really?
And that's the problem. Like their weakness is if you can get them to late game and you're pretty close, you'll end up winning. Just
Mm.
because they're that bad in high pressure situations at the end.
Mm.
So I think that's going to come with experience, but I don't think it's going to happen by the end of this season.
Mm.
And when it comes to OKC is hard to tell. Like they have SGA, which is really good. They
Mm.
have Shea, that's really good.
That's
But
SGA.
no, I meant Shea. I didn't mean
Shit. Chet. Chet.
Chet. Okay.
I was like, I was like, shit, is that you?
Hey, we used to have a Shea too,
Yeah,
remember?
I know. I was thinking of that when you said. when I realized that you were trying to say Chet, I was like, oh yeah, he
Yeah.
probably thinks it's Chef from our school because his name was similar.
Yeah, like what happened to him? How did
Yeah.
he become white?
He became skinny and white, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of him, he's been playing really good as a
He's
rookie,
been
right?
good.
Like
He's
I
been
know it's
really
his
good.
I know this is his second year technically,
Yeah.
but this is his first year actually playing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so but he's been
Uh,
playing good. Yeah, OKC has some good players, but I don't think they can handle LeBron and AD if they're healthy.
yeah, that's true. I agree. I think
I
only,
think the
but
only
SGA is the only one who can go off against them, and I think that's what they'll like. But they have like Jay Williams is pretty good, if he gets going. I just don't trust the Lakers sometimes, but I think in a playoff series they should be able to like hold their own against them.
Yeah, I don't trust Lakers in a one-game scenario. I trust
Yeah,
Lakers in a
yeah,
7-game scenario against most teams except
yeah.
the Nuggets.
Right.
Clippers is iffy, and
Mm.
the Suns is also. I think Suns will be
Oh
also a
yeah,
good
I
series.
totally forgot about the Suns.
Because if you get Booker and Durant to explode, they can
Yeah,
beat anybody.
and
Like that,
Beal
they're just like
if
the
he comes
Lakers.
back.
Yeah, exactly. If
Yeah,
he did come back, right? He did come back, but he wasn't playing
I
that
don't know.
well.
Yeah, he's been in and out the whole time. But the one time he
Yeah, he's
played against the
having.
Lakers, he went like 8 for 10 from three.
But yeah, the West is
Yeah,
packed, right?
yeah.
Like you
Do you think
have
they
the
can beat the
hardest.
Mavs?
Yeah, I think anybody can beat the Mavs. I don't think Mavs are
Really?
getting that far. Yeah, I think
Really?
Luka's amazing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Luka's amazing. But if you look at like some of the losses, their losses are
Mm,
really bad. Like
mm.
if you watch today's game, I don't know if you saw today's game.
I
Luka
didn't
popped
watch.
it off, and they still ended up losing to Embiid less 76ers.
Oh my God.
They lost to the 76ers without
How is that
Embiid.
possible?
With Luka popping off. Like when I don't have that much hope in a 7-game series. Yeah, they can
Mm.
beat any team on a 1-game series, but I think in NBA, any team can beat anybody for a 1-game
Yeah,
series. Like,
yeah. Especially today, because there's so much talent across the board.
yeah, there's so much talent now. Like, and there's stars in every team practically now.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they pop off, yeah, they can do anything. But yeah, in
Mm,
a 7-game series, I don't think the Mavs are getting far. I
mm.
think it's gonna be the top 3 teams is gonna be the Lakers, the Clippers, and
Denver.
the Nuggets. And if I have
Yeah,
to choose a fourth, the Suns.
Suns. Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Warriors?
But yeah,
No, right?
no, not really. I think Warriors are just too reliant on Stephen Curry, and
Mm.
yeah, like I
I
kind of feel
don't.
bad for Clay, right? I kind of
I
feel so
know,
bad
right?
for Clay.
He was such a
Like
cool, chilled out guy, and you never thought that.
exactly,
And now he's turning
he
into like this
was
dick of a person, just and you sympathize with him, empathize with him, but it's still like such
exactly,
a bad arc for his character.
exactly because he went from like one of the best shooters to not shooting
Yeah,
at all. Well,
and just like personality wise as well, like he was such a cool, chilled out dude who like didn't say much. He would just like have fun and like be like a crazy shooter. And now he's like he can't like hit a fucking mid range jumper, and he's like shouting and screaming at everyone.
yeah, it's not. I get that, I get it, but yeah, it just
Yeah,
sucks for him.
I
So I
know.
don't think the Warriors are gonna do well. I don't think the Mavs are gonna do well.
Mm,
I don't think who else there. The Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't think they're gonna do
yeah.
well, even though their record's really good.
Yeah, I think they're going to be like the Jazz. Like, remember the Donovan Mitchell and Rudy
Yeah, the
Gobert Jazz?
Jazz.
It would be like number
Exactly.
one,
Just
like 2 seasons in a row.
yeah,
But then when it comes to the playoffs, they
yeah.
get beat by the better
They just
teams.
exactly.
Yeah. What do you think? Lakers need to do some off-season moves?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They definitely need some help defensively, I would say. I think Anthony Davis needs some help defensively. I
Hmm.
think they could use a better I don't know if D'Angelo Russell plays the way he's playing. He's a good ball handler to bring up the ball and take off pressure off LeBron. But if he
Hmm.
goes back to the first half of the season, then I do feel they need somebody better to be the point guard.
Hmm.
That's what I would say for
Yeah.
the Lakers. What about you? What do you think?
I think the most important thing they need is some size, like a legit center who can like at least be like a big body on defense for guys like Jokic and Embiid or
Okay.
Giannis. And the thing they need the most help with is rebounding. It's insane how bad they are at rebounding. Like they're especially and the amount of rebounds they give is even worse. So they
Okay.
definitely need like someone all like you only have Anthony Davis trying to grab boards there. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Like if you see any, like I've noticed this, if one person takes a three, everyone just, instead of like normally, like, you know, we were taught this in school where it's like when someone shoots you, you run in for the rebound. Here, everyone just starts running back on defense. Like they think like Steph Curry is hitting a three, you know? Every time
Yeah.
anyone fucking shoots, this is what happens. And yeah, so they definitely need someone with that. That would be the main thing. And the next one, I agree with you with the thing with D'Lo is like he's playing well now, but it's only going to show how he is in the playoffs. I think even last year he's been a like good to pretty good regular season player, and then in some playoff series he can go off, but it has to, in the important ones he's usually shrunk in the past, you know. And I think he's too like temperamental, like that whole thing he had with Bruce Brown last year in the Denver Nuggets series in the conference finals. I could see like you know, first two games he melted down and then he came back. He took like a really, like he hit like his first three after like three tries and he just started pointing at Bruce Brown, and I was like, dude, like chill out. Like you've been playing so fucking bad. Just focus on the game, you know? Like I got so upset. Like I was like, dude, like what are you doing? Like this is the conference finals. Like, you know, you hit 1-3 and you're gonna start like you can tell where his head's at, you know? That it's like the third game and he's still thinking about like Bruce Brown clowning him on a interview. And but yeah, and the main thing with him is like it depends on what he decides to do because he has a player option. So if he picks up his player option, which is like I think 19 million for 1 year, I think that would be fine. I would totally keep Dido for that. But if he asks for like a bigger contract, I don't think I would give it.
Yeah, I think it's all based on this playoffs line. See how he holds up because he's been playing recently well. If he can be consistent throughout the playoffs, then they might want to, because he is a good player overall. It's just that he has his lows are very low. That's a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
They're a bit too low for the other team to like the rest of the team to carry it.
And because he's so bad defensively, it's not like, oh, he's okay defensively, but like some people he can't stop. He's terrible at defense, you know. So if he's not hitting shots, it's like you literally just have someone that you can exploit if you're the opponent.
Yeah, and that's what I come back to. Like Lakers need defensive help. Like
DeJounte Murray, man.
They just, yeah, I mean
that would have been the guy. That would have been the guy had Hawks done it.
Yeah, they wanted to trade him, right? But they were asking for too much.
Yeah, I think too much. Or I think like they just put it out there and like then they decided.
I think they wanted Austin Reeves for him.
Yeah, and like a bunch of other things.
Yeah, and I don't think Lakers want to give up Austin Reeves because this contract is really good.
Yeah, and he's
like one of the best contracts.
And he's a really good fit, like, you know, chemistry wise. I think that matters a lot. And he's a smart player. I really like him. I think the best part about him is like his mentality towards the game. Like he doesn't have like an ego that's like fragile, you know. So you just see him like if he's not hitting shots, he's not hitting shots. He'll still try to like play make, or if you tell him to go sit on the bench, he will, you know. You don't have to worry about his ego. That's the problem I had with D'Lo again, that it was like they were like, oh no, if we get him on the bench, then he might not play well like for the whole series. And we're like, dude, you don't need players like that. You need players who can be like, okay, I'm not playing well, so it's okay if I'm on the bench, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You already have two players like that, and you don't want to.
Exactly.
You want to surround them with more complementary players than you want to surround them with like egoistic players, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're good leaders too. Like if you have LeBron on your team, you should just listen to what he says. Like I don't think you should be like, you know what, I'm the guy.
or like just like your ego can get hurt really easily. Like if you're not playing well and the coach is like, okay, dude, you're not gonna start now. You're just gonna come off the bench for at least 1 or 2 games. If like you start getting hurt and like start like losing your confidence because of that, then it's like, dude, like we can't like cater to you that much. Like you're not that good of a player. If you're the superstar, then it's different, you know?
Yeah.
And but again, if he picks up his player option, which is like 19 million for 1 year, then I'm totally fine with it, because then you can still add some other pieces, you know. But if he tries to pick up like a bigger contract, like for 25 million, I won't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna have to see who's available in the free agency to.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's gonna be the issue.
They want. I think they should super duper try to get. I don't know if he's available, but Dorian Finney-Smith from the Nets. I think he's like the perfect fit for any kind of contending team. Just a low maintenance three, like really good at defense and can get you good threes in the game. I think that's the perfect kind of person they need to get. That's the problem with like having like Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt, where they'll hustle a lot. They're really good defensively, but then offensively they give you nothing.
Yeah.
So it's if you lose them, you lose the defense. But if you have them, you still need offensive players around them. And the problem is the offensive players that we have are really bad at defense. So it's like you're only getting like halves of what you should be getting to surround your two superstars, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, so let's see how the Lakers do in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll be able to talk more about them as the playoffs continue.
And like how they do in the next couple of games, man. Like because they're in 10th place right now. Like they could fall off the 10th, or even if they are in 10th, then they have to win 2 playing games with both on the road. I don't know. Like you said, like you don't trust them in a 1-game scenario.
Yeah, it's totally possible they don't even make it past the play-ins, you know?
Yeah.
Because the Lakers can lose to any team and they can beat any team. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And they can literally lose to any team. Like the worst team in the league, they'll lose. Yeah.
And they'll have to play like either Mavs or the Warriors, both teams who could like just pop off all of a sudden against them. Like Steph Curry could go off. Klay Thompson, that would be the 1 game Klay Thompson like has a really good game, you know, some shit like that, and like you're done then. And for Lakers, it's like 2 elimination games, so they're on the line for like from a back-to-back situation. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. We'll assess as more games go on. Quickly, last question before we get out of here. Do you think LeBron should get the max contract for 3 more years?
Oh, easily. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like just having LeBron on your team is LeBron James, man. Like
there
you get so much more value outside. You get so much more value than just the contract from just having LeBron James and your team. Then that's not going to be the question. It's just that if he gets a max, how are you going to surround? That's the only question.
That's the thing. That's the thing that everybody's saying.
The only problem with LeBron is that he is so good that he deserves everything. But the problem is that he's going to hold the team. Because if he takes away a lot of the salary, how are you going to surround him with someone good?
And then will he be able to produce at the same level as he is right now? Like, I mean, we're assuming that he might, or like he'll figure out some way here or there. But
he'll get his stats, but will it be impactful?
Exactly.
I doubt it.
Will it be worth 50 million, 60 million, where you're giving up all your depth for, you could surround Anthony Davis with like LeBron James on like a good contract and another semi superstar,
Exactly.
So
like just imagine if you get someone like Luka.
That's never gonna happen.
Hey, it's possible, dude. You never know. If Luka gets pissed off at the Mavs, why won't he join the Lakers?
Well, because then LeBron would have to take like a minimum for him.
No.
Luka's gonna deserve like a $60 million contract.
Definitely, LeBron is gonna have to take a huge pay cut.
Yeah, like he would be.
But it all goes
$5
according
million.
No, but if LeBron takes a pay cut and if Luka takes a pay cut,
I don't think Luka's going to take a pay cut. Not at where he is right now. I think
you don't think he wants to win.
But no, not at that level. Like I think LeBron set the precedent where superstars, if they're performing at a superstar level, they should be paid by the organization. I think that's the whole thing about like you're not going to let billionaire owners take advantage of them and trying to say like, oh, we're not going to pay the luxury tax, but we want you to take a pay cut. I think that's one of the biggest reasons about this whole thing, where LeBron said that if you're a superstar, and which he is, which is why I think everyone should deserve, if they've earned it, they should not take a pay cut. So I doubt like Luka wants all the money right now. This is where he can earn most of his money. So he's going to be like, then he's going to lose. He's going to turn to James Harden.
He's going to lose because the Mavs aren't doing shit.
He's going to turn to James Harden then.
No, at one point he is going to get frustrated though, because it seems like to me that he's already frustrated that the Mavs are losing.
Yeah, but I think they've added good pieces this year though. I will give them credit. I think the last 2 years they've like really fucked up, and I think bringing Kyrie over was not a great idea. But I think the other pieces that they've surrounded him right now are in my opinion, working. They just need a better superstar who can impact. They should have kept Jalen Brunson.
Exactly. They should have kept him. They had a good contract on him, but they let him go.
They let him go, man. Like he could really lead that team
He
when
was
Luka's
willing
out,
to
you
take
know?
a contract from
Yeah,
them. And they
exactly.
wanted even a less, and yeah, they
Yeah,
lost out on him. And he's the one who's carrying the Knicks now, right?
exactly. And the Knicks are in like third place. Imagine him as your second guy, like when you're just chilling on the bench. Like he will lead that team. Kyrie can't do that shit. Kyrie can only get his stats right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Kyrie. Kyrie is like, he's an insane player when he feels like playing, but the problem is he never feels like playing. That's the problem.
Kyrie's an entire podcast onto himself. The amount of shit we could get into with how much. Yeah. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on Kyrie. But yeah.
Yeah, so we're about like a closing thing out here. Yeah. Like, what would you like to add?
I don't know, man. I think let's just see how it goes. I hope Jared Vanderbilt comes back. I hope Cam Reddish, this was his first game back, so I hope he, improves, gets a little healthier. I really want to see Max Christie get like more consistent minutes, at least 15 minutes a game, consistently, not like 15 minutes one game, 2 minutes the other game, or something like that. I think he's someone who can really add value in those few 15 minutes. I think he can hit shots. I think he can defend at a good level, better than Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell. So those would be my two things that I think Darvin Ham really needs to focus on.
Yeah, hopefully they buckle up and get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. There's they need to stay consistent enough where they at least stay like, I hope they get to an 8 seed, but at least 9. They don't want to be 10th, because at least 9 seed they have home court advantage in one playing game.
I mean, the difference between the 10th and like I think it goes up all the way to the 5th or the 4th is only like 3 games difference.
Yeah.
So,
but the other teams keep winning. That's the problem. And Lakers lost against the wrong teams. Like they lost against Warriors and the Suns. So, but and won against Clippers those. And also like they won against the Spurs. Like had they won against the Suns and lost to the Spurs, it would have been much better.
Suns, yeah.
So because then you can add a loss on the Suns column. But yeah. Well, let's see, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting moving forward. The Western Conference is pretty packed.
It's packed like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. And see what happens.
Kings is also like a wild card. You never know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, you never know. Like Karl Anthony Towns is playing pretty well as well.
Yeah, I think OKC has a wild card chance. I think they might win a round.
I mean, they're the number 1 seed now, so
yeah. All right,
so cool. So we'll catch up again. We're gonna talk more about Lakers. We'll get on with some other topics as well.
Yeah, we'll get into more like NBA, other teams. Maybe we'll talk about All-Stars thing. We'll talk about some trade talks. Maybe some we'll make predictions and talk about our favorites. Some of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, man.
And I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, it was good chat about the Lakers. Catch you next time on the NBA podcast with Indian people.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
Peace.